Hi guys, Robin46 here, now with the announcement of the next MotoGP game, which will be Valentino Rossi the game, which will include the 2016 roster for MotoGP. I decided to put together a 5 things we desperately need fixing, ready for when that game comes out. So, number 5. It would be nice to have a game that was bug-free. I know that nowadays, getting a game on release that is bug-free seems to be next to impossible for some reason with the advances of technology and all that stuff. But MotoGP game and Ride as well had kind of a single player experience breaking bug where your data would be corrupted. It happened to me on MotoGP 15 I think 3 or 4 times, so I stopped playing career mode until they finally released a patch, and that patch took quite a while to come out, which is annoying. And also various other bugs in the game that need to be resolved, and yeah, just generally be bug free and happy days. Number 4, the physics engine of the game can always be improved. The rear of the bike seemed like it had very little weight on it, and that with a combination of a few corners on a load of the tracks made the game quite difficult on some tracks. For example, the first corner of Assen, if you go in there too hot, even though in previous games you could go in there pretty quick and get a good exit, if you try and do what you used to in MotoGP 15, the rear would come around and you would crash. That also happens on Silverstone as well, and some other tracks like Valencia. The rear just seems to come round. Also, the curbs are so annoying. I don't know whether it's a combination of the curbs being too aggressive, too bumpy. I know that curbs are meant to be bumpy, but or if it's the physics of the game. But you go on a curb, like they do in real life, they come out of a corner, try and get a really good exit, so they go off the track onto the curb a little bit and get a good drive out. You try and do that in the game, and your bike is either wheeling or somehow the rear wheel comes up in the air, so you got no drive, and the bike's revving its nuts off, and you change gear, and then it's like slowly accelerating because you're in too high gear, or you just rev it off and then wait until the rear wheel comes down. But it's really annoying, it's really frustrating, and I think it has slowed some of the lap times on some of the tracks just because the curbs are stupid, and they're just, it's like trying to play freaking Buckaroo on a motorbike. It's horrible. But yeah, that'd be nice to have that fixed, and the physics in general, especially when it comes to crash physics as well, along with the with some online stuff which I'll talk about in a bit. Crashing is still a bit unfair sometimes. You will get hit by an AI rider or an online rider and get taken out quite easily. In Moto 3 there's a bit of a higher tolerance, but in MotoGP as slight as it taps and you go down, which is annoying. The wet weather physics still need to be improved. It's still pretty grippy in the wet, and you can still go on white lines, brake on white lines, go on the curbs, and you don't get any problems at all. So I think that they should make that a bit harder as well. So number 3, graphics and sound. Graphics haven't been the best on the MotoGP games for ages, but now that they don't seem to be making the next MotoGP game for the previous generation consoles. At the moment it just looks like it's going to be the current gen and PC. They should be able to invest a bit more time into graphics, making them look a lot more prettier, and get it at 1080p 60 frames per second. That'd be really nice. That includes the tracks as well. They could do with a makeover. And of course the sound isn't that great in MotoGP games. It would be really nice to have some really authentic bike noises, and also if they do like older bikes, then they shouldn't use the same sounds that they do. Like in MotoGP 15 they use the same sounds for the 2015 bikes as well as the 4 straight event bikes. So yeah, it was a bit weird going around on a Suzuki that sounded like the Honda. Yeah. Number 2 is AI. In career mode or any single player mode, or even online if you race with AI switched on. The AI are so dumb. They've been dumb for quite a while. They have no spatial awareness. They just ride on the lines that they're programmed to ride at. They don't know that there's other riders in front or behind them. So you do quite often find that riders try and ride through other riders, which causes big crashes. If someone crashes in front of them, they don't attempt to get out of the way. They just end up crashing into it. Then you get big crashes. Also, like, you overtake them, and say you cock up a corner or something, and they don't like try and get up the inside of you or anything. They just try and rear end you and go through you as if you're not there because they don't realise you're there. And also they're just too easy. I mean, like I've done in loads of my videos, starting at the back of the grid on any of the 3 categories, hardest difficulty, can still win comfortably from the back. I would prefer to win races like by half a second and really be challenged, then win by like 15 seconds and have it really easy. So maybe like another difficulty, just an extra one after realistic, just to give us more of a challenge, and obviously give them more characteristics as well, so that they actually try and outbrake you and not just run you off the track and that. And number 1 is online. Now, online stability is one thing we definitely need. Online stability on MotoGP 15 isn't that great. You may have seen in my league races, when I cross the finish line, the game freezes and then kicks everyone out of the lobby, which is annoying for the people behind because they don't get to finish the race. Also, you get really laggy players, which makes playing with collisions on almost impossible because you get taken out by a Ghost Rider. And yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. And also linking in with this is leaderboards. If you're doing a race online and then you lose connection, say you're 3/4 of the way around the lap, so you've done a partial lap and you get disconnected, your partial lap time gets put on the leaderboard, so you've got an impossible time as the quickest time on the leaderboard that no one's ever going to be able to beat, because it's an impossible time that shouldn't even be on there. So that's something that needs to be looked at as well. I know that we've all been asking for it for quite a while, but yeah, would be nice. And just one more thing, kind of like a little bonus thing. Please don't mess up the release of this game like you have done with MotoGP 15 and Ride. We all know that those 2 releases were a shambles, where they delayed them, but they didn't actually tell anyone they were delaying them. We found out through a different source, and then they officially announced that it was delayed. But in some countries they still got them on the original release date and released them on the original release date, so they were ready, but yeah, they delayed them and messed up the release, didn't talk to their audience about what was going on, so no communication. And it would be nice to get the game released on all platforms on the same day, rather than having to wait a little bit longer. But anyway guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe to my channel for more content. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!